Today we're doing a really large Sephora haul. I have collected some of this stuff for the past couple of months now, and I wanted to share them with you. I did place a pretty large order this week actually. They were doing a fun friends and family 20% off, so hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that. I don't think it's possible to get a code anymore, but lately in August they've been doing this kind of friends and family sale. They always do one also, I think in October, right before the big VIB sale, but basically you can get a link from a Sephora employee for 20% off. So thank you to a couple of my subscribers that did graciously give me a code, and yeah, I did some shopping. There's been some exciting fragrance launches, some exciting makeup launches that I wanted to get and test out. So let's go ahead and get started. So Dior has some new complexion launches and I had to go ahead and try. I usually like a lot of the Dior releases. They are a little pricey, but I was like, let me get these with the discount so I could see if these are any good. So they actually launched a new stick foundation. And I was going back and forth, like, should I try it, should I not? Because most stick foundations don't usually work for me because a lot of them are really creamy and they kind of get a little oily on me after only a few hours. But I did decide to go ahead and try it because I find that a lot of Dior products, especially their foundations, usually work for my oily skin. So it's called Forever Skin Perfect Multi-Use Foundation Stick with Blur Correction 24-hour wear, which definitely intrigued me a little bit. It has beautiful packaging. I did pick up the shade Too Cool Rosy, and it looks like this. It's just a little twist up. It does have the CD on top, and I just applied this kind of swiping on the face and blending with the foundation brush. It's described as a buildable foundation that glides on smoothly, evening out your complexion and eliminating imperfections in a single swipe. It's heat and humidity resistant, which is super important to me, and it has a blurring filter effect. It can be used as foundation or concealer, which I just tried it as foundation today. I will say I am impressed with this so far. I've had this on a few hours now. Of course, I just am using it for the first time today, but it's working well. It blended out really nice, and I really liked the coverage. I would say it's definitely a medium coverage, buildable, but it doesn't look too heavy on the skin. I love a good medium to full coverage foundation, and I feel like this looks really nice on the skin. The color was great, and I'm pretty impressed so far. Of course, I need to do like a full wear test, and I will do like a fun update video on these so you can kind of see if my opinions have changed, but so far this does seem like it's gonna be really good. I will try to let you guys know. I will be wearing this all day, so by tomorrow when I upload this, I should have my thoughts and I'll let you know if it got too greasy. I'll just like put it in the description box or maybe a pinned comment. But so far this seems to be wearing well. It might be the only stick foundation that actually works for my oily skin. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, Dior complexion products always work really good for me. With the extra discount I had, I also picked up their Backstage foundation, which this has been out for a while, but I guess they reformulated it in the past year, and I have the old formula and I love this foundation, but I'm like, oh, I really need to see if the new formula is just as good. But Face and Body is a foundation that it's like a go-to. It's a nice kind of lighter medium coverage, and it just looks flawless, wears really well, but people have been saying the updated version is not as good as the original. So I will need to test this out and see what I think. You can't really notice a huge difference in packaging, but the old version has the lowercase Dior and the new one is all uppercase. So I'm gonna try this out and hope that it's just as good as the original. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like I can't be recommending this anymore because they have an updated version. So I needed to try the updated Dior Backstage. Now this one I definitely wanted to try because I saw Dior launched a new contour stick. So I did grab this. I did test it out today, and I went with the second darkest shade, which I'm thinking was a mistake. I think I should have got just the lightest shade, but so many contour sticks are really natural on me, and I feel like I always need a shade darker. So that's why I went with the second shade, which is their 02 Tan. But this is a little bit warm, a little dark, because this is actually a pretty pigmented contour stick. I definitely need to grab light and kind of try that out. But it was described as a hydrating contour stick. It's supposed to blend effortlessly into the skin, giving a natural sculpted bronzed effect. but I was actually really surprised that this dries down really quickly. You have to work with it fast. I did find that maybe it's because I got a darker shade, it looked a little patchy on me, and sometimes if I go too dark, I feel like it kind of messes with how it looks on my skin because it just doesn't look right, and you notice a big color difference since this was quite warm and deep on me. So I need to get the light one and test it out, but yeah, this just seemed to dry really, really fast. It seemed a little bit patchy, and for almost $50, I'm not quite sure about this yet. It does look nice on my skin right now, I will say. I like how this looks. So maybe it just takes a little blending, but I definitely had to go back in with my foundation brush to clean this up a bit because it was kind of like all over my cheeks. But it's a really pigmented, fast drying, definitely seems like it's going to be a long wear contour stick. But yeah, I need to get the lighter shade and see if that's better for me because I think I just got the wrong color. Some more complexion products. Now I thought I would mention this in here because I haven't like hauled this yet, but I've kind of tested it out quite a bit already. This was actually sent over from OneSize and I was gonna buy this anyway, but they sent it pretty early. It's the Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Primer. Anytime I see Extreme Matte, I always want to try because I am so oily, and I have to say this is really good. This is probably one of the best mattifying primers I have tried, and I know OneSize has had a couple. This is top tier from them. Good one I compare with more of my hydrating foundations to kind of get more wear time out of them, because this will kind of prevent it from getting as greasy as a normal primer would. You can definitely feel it working right away. It kind of feels a little tight when you put it on. You want to let it sit a bit, but yeah, you can feel the skin getting a little bit tight. It just absorbs that oil right away, and it just kind of prevents it from coming through throughout the day. Are you going to be completely matte for, let's say, 16 hours? Probably not. That's just impossible if you're oily like me, but this does a damn good job, and I think it's honestly my new top favorite primer for mattifying. And it used to be the Danessa Myricks, but I kind of like the texture of this a little bit better. So this is definitely a top contender, and I'm really, really pleased with this. If you have oily skin, this is definitely one you want to check out. I got a couple new powders. They're actually pressed powders, which I usually don't go for. I'm more of like a loose powder girl, but sometimes the pressed ones are nice to have for touch-ups. I saw Tower 28 came out with a new one, so I was like, let's go ahead and try it out. It's called Get Set Blur and Set Pressed Powder. I applied this today under my eyes and all over the face, and it did such a nice job of definitely blurring the skin. It mattified right away. It didn't look too dry. It didn't enhance any fine lines or anything like that. It's definitely a really great smoothing powder, and it honestly did better than I thought it would. It's described as a talc-free blurring pressed powder to make any base transfer proof, which I thought was really interesting, and sweat resistant. It says it's a gentler alternative to a setting spray. If you're oily, I do both. I still do the powder and a setting spray, but this definitely seemed to do a decent job, and I am impressed on first impressions. Again, I have to update you guys on how my complexion and face products wore, but so far it is going pretty well for the first few hours, and I'm just so curious to see if this and the OneSize primer are really going to help with any oiliness, but I think I'm really going to like this for a touch-up powder. I also bought the Rare Beauty one too, just because, I don't know, I always buy all the new Rare Beauty launches, but this one I'm not really feeling. I feel like this was just an impulse buy, and I don't think I really needed this because it's like a slight tinted powder, but it doesn't do much, honestly. It's just very lightweight. I feel like it's too light coverage for foundation, and it doesn't set the under eyes very well, and I didn't love it all over my skin either. So I think this was just something I probably didn't need, and I just kind of felt like I impulse bought it because it's Rare Beauty. But it's described as a long-lasting pressed powder to blur, mattify, and touch up makeup with light coverage. It could be a nice touch-up powder for sure. I got two shades. This one is a little dark for me. It's a little orange looking. This is Natural. The one that seems to be better is Porcelain. But yeah, I could see this being a nice touch-up powder. But I don't know. I think I'm a little more impressed with the Tower 28, although the Tower 28 is translucent, and this would be nice just to add a tiny bit of coverage with some mattifying, but this definitely does not blur and mattify as well as the Tower 28 one and my loose powders. So this is going to require just a little bit more testing, see if I like it as a touch-up powder. I'm definitely going to have to return this natural color since it's not working for me, but I don't think this is that exciting, and I think I definitely have better products in my collection. Whenever Danessa Myricks launches a new product, I feel like I need it. I really love a lot of her stuff, especially her complexion line has worked so well for me, and she came out with a new concealer. Actually, her first one. This is the Lift and Flex Concealer for eyes and face, and I have to say, I really love this. I've used it quite a bit already. It's been kind of in my go-to routine. And it's so nice under the eyes. I feel like it gives me enough coverage, but it's not too heavy. It doesn't sink into fine lines as much. It's a really nice one. You guys know I've been kind of using my Laura Mercier one a lot, and I've tried so many new concealers in the past year. There's been so many launches, but yeah, this one and the Laura Mercier have been top contenders. I'm really impressed with this one so far. I think it wears beautifully. It doesn't fade off as fast throughout the day, and it looks so nice under the eyes. So I'm loving this so far. Again, Danessa can barely do any wrong for me. This one is shade number 2. Highly recommend. I got a few new blushes because blush is still trending and I can't stop buying and trying them, but I've been pretty impressed with these lately. First up, this has to be honestly one of the best liquid blushes on the market. This is from Hourglass. It's their Unreal Liquid Blush. It took me a minute to buy this. It's still like a very new product, but I feel like I didn't get my review up of it as fast. I just did a fun trying new makeup with a couple of these things. If you want to see, I will link it down below. But oh my gosh, this is so nice. So I feel like Hourglass is just, they're a little bit more of a luxury price point, but honestly I've been really impressed with the brand. I feel like a lot of their stuff works really good and definitely feels luxurious when I'm using it, and these liquid blushes are no exception. These are insanely pigmented. You only need like a little tiny drop. You press down the bottom and then the product comes out. I got this beautiful rosy color called Scene, and yeah, you just need the tiniest amount, but you get so much pigment from this little drop. But sometimes too pigmented of blushes are hard to blend out. No, this is so smooth. It blends literally like butter onto the skin. Like, look at that. No patchiness, doesn't dry down too fast. It's just so smooth and beautiful. I love these. I was kind of wondering if I should get another shade. I might wait and see if they come out with some more in the future, or maybe pick up like a peachy tone, but honestly this color is pretty perfect for what I'm looking for every day. Just a nice pinky rose color. And I really didn't think another liquid blush could impress me because I've tried so many, but this truly is top tier. Now, I also picked up the new Huda ones. I have not tried these yet, so I do apologize for not having a little review on these yet, but everyone kind of raved about these for a bit, and I'm kind of confused as to what's going on with Huda. I think they're rebranding. I don't know if they're getting rid of their whole line or if they're just kind of rebranding some of their complexion stuff, but yeah, they're coming out with a ton of new products in September, including like a new foundation and primer. But a lot of their launches always intrigue me, and I had to get my hands on this blush filter liquid blush. These smell so good, by the way. The packaging is adorable, and yeah, it's just a little fun liquid blush. Now, these aren't as like pigmented as the Hourglass, but yeah, they smell so delicious. They're so fruity and yummy. This is in strawberry cream. I'm not sure if the scents are different depending on the color, but again, I thought this was a nice rose. This one has more of like a little bit of a gel texture. I mean, it's still like pretty pigmented, but not quite as easy to blend as the Hourglass. It's just a tiny bit more sheer, but I can't wait to try these. I'll probably have to do a fun testing new makeup soon with this, even though I feel like this feels like old news now. It's still very new to me. Maybe I'll do like a short video on these. I need to catch up. I'm so behind on the new makeup. Maybe I need to take a little makeup break for a bit, but I can't resist like buying and trying some of the new stuff. I just get so excited to try new products. I genuinely love like finding new hidden gems. So excited to try that from Huda. But I also bought another Fenty blush. If you guys watched my Ulta haul, I did buy one of their blushes. It was more of like a kind of sunburnt, almost rosy brown, but this color is my favorite. This is everything. This is my new favorite pink powder blush. It's called What a Brat, and it is the most gorgeous sparkly pink. It is stunning. You don't need highlighter with this at all because it already has the sparkle included. There is a little bit of glitter in there. It does show up a little glittery on the face if you don't mind a little sparkle, but wow, this is such a pretty pink. I have this on now. I love, love, love the formula of these. Fenty has really been impressing me lately. I feel like I was kind of in a lull with them for a while and I hadn't really liked a lot of their new stuff, but like their new foundation, their lip liners, their gloss sticks, and now this blush have been really top products that I've been reaching for lately. So I had to get this pink. It is beautiful. I know this is going to be a new fave pink blush for me. I love this formula. If you don't want a sparkly shade, they do have a couple matte shades in the line as well, but a lot of the colors in the line are very kind of deeper, pigmented, and very gorgeous that obviously will work for any skin tone. Okay, let's take a little perfume break here because there's been a lot of new fragrances at Sephora. Let's talk about this one first because I feel like it's been the most kind of hyped and controversial. So I've posted a few videos on this, but Replica came out with their new Afternoon Delight scent, which all the gourmand girlies were so excited for because it's supposed to smell like Madeleine cookies. And you know me, I love a good cookie scent, so I had to buy it. But to my surprise, they also sent it to me. This has been so hit or miss. Like, I thought this was going to be an easy yes blind buy, but it's definitely one you probably want to smell first before ordering because I know a lot of you guys ordered it and it just wasn't what you expected. And I guess I was kind of expecting more of a vanilla cookie scent. With this one, I get more of like a soft, fluffy, milky lactonic vanilla. The milky notes have been trending lately. I smell a really heavy whipped cream note in here. And I like it. I think it's so pretty, so soft, and you get some sandalwood as well in the base, which is going to kind of help it make it more warm, creamy, and a little bit longer lasting on the skin. But some people are getting too much of the sandalwood. When I smell this, I get mostly vanilla with this one, but everyone is having a different experience. Sometimes milky notes can be hit or miss with people because for some it might smell a little sour on the skin, but I like how this smells. It's definitely unexpected, but I also think it makes sense because I didn't realize like Madeleine cookies, they're not that sweet. They are more fluffy. They don't really have like a true cookie note, I guess, which is what I was missing in here, but I think it does smell like a true Madeleine, like dipped in milk is what this is giving. So I guess that makes sense because a couple of you guys commented that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can definitely see that now because it does smell like a true Madeleine, but not like a true sugar cookie or something like that. This isn't an ultra sweet, super edible vanilla. It's a nice kind of light, fluffy, milky vanilla, and I personally like it. This is not very strong though. The strength is pretty weak. Wish it lasted a little bit longer too. So I feel like a lot of people are a little disappointed with this one. But overall, I like the scent. I think it's pretty. It's not a 10 out of 10 gourmand, but I gave it an 8 out of 10 and I will stick to that because I personally enjoy it. So let me know your thoughts. I know everyone has different thoughts on this one. It's just we all smell things a little differently. So sometimes with perfumes you really do have to try before you buy. But personally I like the new Afternoon Delight, but it's definitely not what I was hoping for, which I feel like is how a lot of people are feeling, just a little let down by it. Okay, I did buy the new Burberry Goddess Intense. I had to have this one. I love the original. Again, this is kind of a little bit of a polarizing scent. Either you love it or you hate it, but I love the new Intense version. Some people are getting a little bit more lavender. They did add a patchouli note in here as well in the base that kind of gives it more of a stronger, more long wearing quality, which the original Burberry Goddess does not last very long at all. So you can kind of smell that patchouli in the opening. But I don't mind. I like patchouli scents. They kind of turn a little more creamier on me when they are drying down. So for me, I definitely get the patchouli right away. Then I get the original Burberry Goddess DNA. It's like that vanilla, slight lavender. And it turns really creamy for me in the base, which I love the dry down of this. I think it's great. And honestly, I've been pairing this in the original, and that combo is top tier and it makes it last so much longer. So I love the new Burberry Goddess Intense. Definitely not for everyone though. It is available at Sephora stores, so go in store and smell it first because it seems very hit or miss. Okay, so many perfumes here. I did buy the Gucci Flora. I did talk about this in my last perfume video a little bit because I purchased this a few weeks ago. Now, everyone is loving this for some reason. I personally feel like it's very mediocre vanilla. It's a very fresh vanilla in my opinion, and the Afternoon Delight is much sweeter to me, more edible than the Gucci Gorgeous Orchid. But I don't know, it's just, I think people are excited because it's something different for Gucci. Usually all their fragrances are very floral forward, but they finally gave us a little vanilla moment. But I don't think this is a 10 out of 10. To me, this is very mid. It's nice, but it's not vanilla enough for me when I have so many really good vanillas in my collection. But I can see the appeal. I feel like a lot of people will like this one. It's a great, just like everyday perfume, just a little more of a floral Gucci with a little more vanilla than normal. It kind of also gives off a little banana vibe as well, which is kind of fun. But this one has notes of vanilla duo, vanilla orchid, and marine ozonic accord that give it that freshness. I feel like lately with so many perfume launches, I feel like a lot of the designer brands that you see at Sephora and Ulta, they always like try to play it safe because they want like everyone to like the fragrance. But I don't know, it takes a lot for designer fragrances to impress me because I have tried so many like really good, honestly, fragrance mists, but also some of the more niche gourmands. When you get into the more niche scents, I feel like those are definitely more of the edible scents that I'm looking for as a gourmand girl. But I also purchased this vanilla. This is Nest Vanilla Bourbon. To me, this is the most disappointing one that I have of this entire haul. It's just not for me. This is kind of a floral spicy vanilla, and I was hoping for something more of like Mix Bar's Vanilla Bourbon where it's like such a yummy, a little bit smoky vanilla. I'm glad I only bought a travel spray, but I think I'm still gonna return the travel spray because it's just not a love for me. This one has main notes of vanilla bourbon, brown sugar, and night blooming jasmine, but to me, the jasmine just like kind of overtakes this, and I don't know, the notes sounded like it'd be more like a Kayali Vanilla 28, but it's definitely a lot more floral and spicy than the Kayali or the Mix Bar. Okay, last perfume. Oh my gosh, I literally went crazy because there's been so many new drops this month, but I did buy the new Brown Girl Jane Carousel perfume. Now, I do love their Carnival scent so much, which is why I decided to take a chance and buy the full bottle of Carousel. And I did see a couple of reviews that sounded like it was going to be really delicious. And I don't know how I feel about this one. This is a very spiced apple forward scent, which is great for like fall time. And like when you spray it, it definitely has like a hint of cotton candy in there as well. But I don't think I like the dry down of this one as much. I don't know. I'm just so torn. I was hoping the cotton candy would be a little more prominent throughout the entire fragrance. The dry down is definitely more spicier than I personally prefer. I'm not ready to give up on this one quite yet. I definitely want to wear it a bit more because it's a nice one for fall if you guys like a spiced apple. The notes on this one include caramelized apple, soft cloud musk, and sandalwood cream as the main notes. But yeah, it's so like really yummy when you first spray it. But yeah, it's the dry down that I'm just not sure about. I don't know if it's Blind Buy safe. I don't even think my Sephora carries these, so I can't even smell them beforehand. But this is one I think I would have enjoyed more in a mini size, just when I'm kind of in the mood for that kind of a scent. And maybe I shouldn't have bought a full size, but I just loved Carnival so much that I feel like this was going to be a 10 out of 10. But it's not an instant love yet, so I'm going to keep trying this one and kind of see how I feel. So those are the new perfumes. Let's get back into the fun makeup goodies. I did purchase the Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Rose palette. I always buy Natasha's launches, and this one looked so cute. It's a nice little pink neutral palette. I absolutely love this shade right here in the palette. It creates such a gorgeous sparkly pink. I do have this one on my eyes right now. As a pink eyeshadow lover, I think this is gorgeous. Again, I love Natasha's quality. I wish it maybe had one more extra shade that wasn't a pink, like maybe like a champagne color. But overall, I think this is really pretty, but it's definitely like you have to like rosy pink shades to like this one. It's not going to give you super hot pink, which is good. It's still like a neutral, just like light blush rosy pink. And I think it is very, very pretty in the Natasha Denona quality that I know and love. I did pick up a new lip balm, which I know we've had enough lip balms already, but this one honestly might be my favorite yet. These are from Eadem, and they're kind of a newer brand on Sephora. These have been selling out like crazy for good reason. They're so nice. So I managed to grab, I don't know if these are back in stock yet, but one I have on, this one is called Fig Sauce. This is probably the best seller, but what's so nice about these is they have this really nice metal tip applicator. It's so cooling. It'll give you like a little nice refreshing feel like in the mornings, but also I feel like that cooling tip kind of plumps the lips up a little bit, just like improves the circulation in your lips. And these are really, really pigmented. They're also nice and thick. You know, I love a thick balm. And they have a good shine to them too. Seriously, top tier when it comes to formula of lip balm. And this color is so beautiful. And they smell really yummy too. It's almost like a spicy fruit. And I also bought the shade Burnt Malay, which I think they might have this one in stock. But this one's like a little bit more warm than Fig Sauce. Fig Sauce has a little more pink to it. This one's like a warm nude. Very pretty. If you haven't checked these out yet, you must try them. Because yeah, I've tried pretty much every lip balm, and those literally are probably my #1. Like probably better than Summer Fridays, which is saying a lot. I should make like a lip balm ranking video. I think that is all of the makeup products I picked up. Lastly, I bought 2 hair products. I did get a couple things from Kerastase. I do have my cosmetologist license. I used to do hair back in the day, so I still get really good discounts on all of like the name brands, but Kerastase is one that I can't get a discount on, and I will still purchase it even over all the other brands that I can actually get for half off. But I don't know, their products are so luxe. I've been hearing some good things about these. I wanted like a new purple hair product for blonde hair, but I didn't want a shampoo. I wanted like a hair mask so that I could get some hydration with also toning my hair, because I don't know, my hair, it loves to be warm and I want it cool toned. I do not like my warm blonde, and it goes warm so fast. So I just do not like purple shampoos because they honestly are very stripping and drying on the hair, and I can't stand that. So this had some pretty good reviews, but I did see like a couple people said it's still pretty dry, but I think I could put this in and maybe do another mask on top of it. But it's the Kerastase Blonde Absolute Violet Mask. It's supposed to do a really good job of toning, so I thought I would try this maybe once every couple weeks, because yeah, my hair just loves to get so brassy. So I figured I would check that out. And lastly, this oil had really good reviews for more fine hair like mine, so it's hard to use oils because my hair can look so greasy since it is more of a fine texture. So this one had great reviews. It's actually, they've had this product out, but it's new on Sephora. I bought a mini size because I don't need to use oil like every day, but this is what it looks like. It's called their Elixir Ultime, and it's supposed to be just a really nice lightweight hair oil that's not gonna get too greasy, but sometimes my ends, they just need a little extra moisture. I think this is also supposed to protect against heat damage as well. My ends have just been so dry. I've been getting a lot of frizz lately, so I figured I would switch it up and try this new oil because I've been hearing really good things. So that is everything I picked up from Sephora. I know I do a lot of hauls on here, but yeah, I always want to include like my thoughts on products as well, so you can see if it's something that you may like, you may want to pass on. Let me know any of these products that you want to see in a testing new makeup video. All these products will be linked down below for you. I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.